This is Analytical Media. We are a consortium of therapists, college professors, and well-published, peer-reviewed authors. Today we will be discussing one of the biggest causes of unhappiness and failure in life. It could lead to depression and oftentimes leads to a lower quality of life, and that is giving up prematurely, quitting too soon. Let me start with an example. You and I have decided that the smartest thing to do would be to go to a store which is about an hour away. You'll get the best price, the best selection. It's the smart thing to do. We both agree on it. Or if you want to think of just yourself, you have made this decision. You thought about it and you decided that would be the best thing. You could find what you want there. You can get the best price there. However, you don't know exactly where the store is. You've never been there before. You are following the directions that you printed off from the internet or your friend gave you. You're following those directions. It hasn't been perfect. You've made a wrong turn or two. You've quickly corrected. And according to the map, you're not that far away. However, you thought it would take you about a half an hour to get to where you were going, where you wanted to go, or your final destination, but it seems like it's taken a little longer. You're like 15 minutes longer than you should have. Taken from the map and the directions that you hold, you're about 15 minutes away from your destination. Now, was it a good idea to go here? Well, you decided it was. You thought it was. Logic said it was. Better prices, better selection. The only drawback, you didn't know exactly where it was. And as it turns out, you're going to take about 15 minutes longer to get there. You thought you'd be there in 45 minutes, but you're still 15 minutes away. You have a lifelong habit, a fear, a pattern based on an idea that you are wasting time and that you cannot get done what you need to get done if you are wasting time. Think about that. There's no rhyme or reason to it, but when you're watching television or you're sitting in a chair enjoying the sun, after a while you get a feeling like, hey, I'm going to be a total failure if I don't get up and end this because I'm wasting time and I need all the time I have to get by, to stay where I'm at, or even to succeed. I'm hoping to succeed in life, but I can't waste time. So you get up and you go and do some work. Now, you were resting or recharging, and people need rest. And in life, you find yourself to be tired all the time. People tell you to rest, tell you to recharge. You know it's important. They tell you to sleep 8 to 10 hours a night, but you never do. You set a clock to get up early so you get to jump on the day. You can get more done this way, but you're always tired. You think about applying for promotion, but you don't have the energy to do it really. You think, geez, I can barely get by now. My point is, you are not giving yourself enough time to rest, to recharge. Consequently, you're always somewhat tired. Consequently, you don't achieve as much in life because you're tired. Your energy level's down. You don't achieve much in life. On the other hand, if all you do is lay around and watch television or sunbathe, you're going to accomplish nothing in life. So you can rest and recharge too much, and you can rest and recharge too little in terms of your own success. Now, this video is not about resting and recharging. This video is about giving up prematurely. Now, let's get back to the example of your driving to the store. You're 45 minutes into the trip that you thought would take you only 45 minutes, but you are still 15 minutes short of your destination if everything goes right. We don't know that everything will go right. You may never find that store. It's a chance you take when you don't know where something really is. It was a chance. You thought you'd probably find it. You can follow directions, but things can go wrong and you might never find it. In which case, you would lose 45 minutes to 60 minutes that you had invested in finding this store. You should think of sunbathing, recharging, or driving to a new store. You should think of it as an investment. You're investing your time. It's a major thing. On Earth, you only have so much time. So you're investing your time. When you invested in a 20-minute recharge and it turned out not to be enough, you're still tired, you've wasted that 20 minutes. On the trip to find the new store, you've already invested 45 minutes. And the return trip will take you another 45 minutes. If you quit prematurely, you will have wasted 1.5 hours. You will have wasted 1.5 hours if you turn around right now. If you drive the rest of the way in an attempt to find the store, which is no guarantee you will find it, but it's a fairly good probability that you will find it. If you find it, it will take you 15 more minutes, which takes this 1.5-hour trip when you quit and turns it into a 2-hour round trip if you succeed. However, there is no guarantee that you will succeed and find the store. You've already invested 1.5 hours. If you invest another half an hour, 15 more minutes to and 15 more minutes back, another half an hour, you may succeed. However, if you don't invest that 15 minutes additional time to the store and then the return trip, if you don't invest that extra time, there is an absolute guarantee that you have wasted, got nothing from the 1.5-hour investment you made. If you're willing to gamble, go on just 15 minutes more, you may succeed, in which case it will well be worth it. You will find the clothing you want to wear. You will buy it at the best price. You'll have the best selection you've ever seen. We've determined that earlier when you decided you wanted to go to this store, but you didn't know how to get there. You have a chance to succeed if you're willing to invest a little more time. No guarantees you will succeed, but you have no chance to succeed if you don't invest more time. If you invest it and you succeed, giant success. Your idea of investing the time to go to this store was correct. It paid off. You were right. Your instincts, your logic, your thinking was completely correct. You didn't know how to get there, but you're willing to try. If you quit, you've lost everything. You've lost 1.5 hours of your time. If you go 2 hours, half an hour more, round trip, you may succeed. Your chance for success is in that additional half an hour's time, which is only 25% more than your present investment. You've already invested 45 minutes. If you're willing to invest 25% more, you have a chance to succeed. And if you're not willing to invest it, if you pull the car over, make a U-turn and drive back, you have wasted 1.5 hours of your time. No chance to succeed. Now, no one is suggesting that you should drive around for days looking for this store. You should go to a motel when you get too tired and spend a night, and the next morning continue your search for the store. Of course, you could waste time. That's equivalent to the person who lays around on a couch all day and dreams about becoming a big success. But there's a balance, and there's a normal balance. However, there are some people who will give up too quickly because of self-doubt. they gave up too soon, which is a form of self-doubt. They believed in themselves. They believed in their ability to find the store, their ability to follow directions, their ability to think and reason and use logic, the research they did on the store, and the benefits it would have for them. They believed in themselves, and they made the decision to invest their time in finding the store. Somewhere along the trip, when self-doubt came in, well, I don't think I'll be able to do this. I don't think I'm going to find that store. I'm wasting time. I better get back so I can go to another store, second best store on the list, and buy the clothes I need. I made a mistake. I shouldn't have done this. Self-doubt. Maybe I shouldn't have done this. It's self-doubt. I know I can buy something to wear at this store, and I know I'll pay twice what I should for it, but at least I can get it. The other store is the way to go, and it's well worth an hour and a half's time, but I don't think it's worth 2 hours' time. Not without a guarantee I'm going to be successful, and there are no guarantees in life. You're going to be successful. None. In anything. Buying a house in the right neighborhood, no guarantees. Dating the right person, no guarantees. Marrying the right person, no guarantees. Having or not having children, no guarantees. Don't give up on yourself prematurely. Have faith in your decision making. And you should. Absolutely you should. But you're so close to finding that store. Your chances, we know it's down the road another 15 minutes. If we find it. If we don't get lost again or run into a detour. You would think it would be well worth it to invest another 15 minutes. You've already invested 45. Don't you think it makes sense to invest 15 more? Even if you don't find it, it does. Because that's the only way you're going to succeed, that your investment will be a success. If in the beginning I would have said to you, you would have told me what your plans were, and you plan to invest an hour and a half round trip to find this store, to go to this store. If I would have said, well, that's probably going to take you 2 hours, you would have said, fine, hour and 45, 2 hours, hour and a half, 2 hours, 2 hours and 15 minutes, what difference does it make? You would have said that. But now that your initial thoughts were it was going to take you an hour and a half round trip, and you're already 45 minutes one way into the journey, and it looks like it's going to take another 15, what you're worried about is not the additional 15 minutes. If I could say to you, look, I guarantee you 15 more minutes you'll be at the store, it's a guarantee. Oh, or I could show you a paper that says, look, you just follow this road. Oh, 15, I'll definitely be there. You'll go. You'll say, yes, I'm doing it. Didn't make that much of a difference whether you invested 45 minutes in a trip or an hour in finding the store. Didn't make much difference. It wouldn't have made much difference. It's your self-doubt at 45 minutes. That's the issue. You're thinking, I can't make it unless I get back. Something's going to go wrong. I need something. I can't waste any more time trying. I feel the pressure. I feel this time pressure on me to quit and try something else, to quit the route I'm on, even though the route you are on is guaranteed to be the right route if you find it. And it's highly probable you will find it, but you have self-doubt now. You're thinking, oh, what if there's a traffic jam and I can't get there? What if the police arrest me? Even though I'm innocent, but I go to jail for a year. What if a meteor hits my car? I don't know what. I just know I feel fear. I feel like I got to turn around. I feel all this pressure to get the hell back there and do something I know how to do and go to a store where I know it is. Now, I agree. This new store, if I could find it, would be wonderful. Great. My thinking was all correct. The issue is, it's taken me longer to get there than I thought it would. Even though I never knew for sure I would get there, I wanted to try to get there. But it's taken me longer than I thought it would, and I'm feeling the urge to quit, to turn around. I want you to realize at that point, you're a loser. You're a total loser. There's no chance of you succeeding when you turn around and quit. The only chance to succeed is down that road. Nobody's suggesting you should invest triple, quadruple, 10 times the amount of time you've invested. But shouldn't you put 25% more time into this investment? In reality, you're almost there. If you believe in yourself and your ability to read a map and logic and probability, in 15 minutes at the most, you're going to be there. But yet you feel the urge to turn around and quit, which makes you a total loser. And if it's just one trip to one store, one event of this sort, it's not going to affect your life too much. However, if this is a constant habit of quitting prematurely, or of quitting in general, promoted by fear, prompted by fear, feelings of wasting time, feelings that you can't do it, I'll never be good enough, I should quit, I'll never get a good modeling job, I should quit. It means that all the time you invested in your painting courses and training and your modeling, it's all down the drain. You quit. It was for nothing. You failed in your investments. It's like going to college for 3 years and quitting. And some people actually do that. They do well for 3 years and then they quit for no reason. It's like, oh, I thought, well, I was in college too long and I better quit. Man, you were 25% away from your nursing career, 25% of your business career, 25% away from, invest 25% more time. You got that teaching credential you wanted. What I'm talking about is self-doubt. It is the ultimate fear of failure. People with fairly serious psychological disorders, could be anxiety, it could be depression, it could be obsessive compulsive disorder, they are afraid of change. Might try a little change, but they're very rigid in their schedule. They wash clothing Monday night. They go grocery shopping Tuesday night. Wednesday night, they spend some time at the church. Thursday night, they go to the gym. They're rigid. When they go to visit their sister, they must leave at 7:30 in the morning. Is there a reason for that? No. They just always leave at 7:30 in the morning. They get there about 2:30 in the afternoon. And any attempt to get them to leave at 8:30 or 9 o'clock or even at noon will be fruitless. It will do nothing but cause major anxiety for them because this is how they do it. And they know they can make it in life. With all the problems they have and all the feelings and doubts and fears and anxieties, they've made it work. For 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, they made it work. It works. They're still alive. They still have their house. They still have their grass to cut. They still have their pet dog. They pay all the bills because it works. Their schedule works. And they, even though a change might be much better for them, make their life much better, give them more money, better feelings, cure their problems, they're extremely reluctant to change because they know what they do works. It's a very similar thing to quitting too soon. These people aren't as bad, but they also are afraid of failing. They're afraid they're going to get overwhelmed. Things aren't going to work out. They won't meet their obligations if they waste any more time. Now, their idea of wasting time is to move around quickly, to find something that works. And yeah, they can go to that other store, but they're going to pay twice as much and they'll have half the selection. They're much better off doing what they thought would make them better off. But now they're thinking about quitting, or at least feeling the pressure to quit. Quit, turn around, go back, start over, give this idea up. Even though they believed in it, it's a form of self-doubt, is it not? They did believe in themselves and their decision-making, but now they don't. Now they think, no, I gotta quit. No, it's a big mistake, should have never done this. Now let's talk about another example of giving up prematurely, which hurts these individuals. They have software. You have software. They have a word processing program, and they can do lots of stuff in it. They can do pretty much whatever they've needed to do. They certainly don't know how to use the software, though. Just enough to get by and do what they need to do. Or, which is much more common today, we're looking at AI software, perhaps generating a video, part of a video, generating a picture. Now that software, they don't know. That software could do so much more for them. So much more. They only know just enough to do what they've asked of it. And now there's something else they need. They needed to generate a longer video clip. And they try the software, they try to learn how to do it, and they get directions and instructions, and it doesn't quite work out because they've never really learned the software, and they're not willing to learn it any more than they've learned it. They feel that learning it any more than they've already learned it is excessive. We all know that's not true. The more you know your software, the more you can get out of that software. Now, the thing they want this AI program to do, generate a certain type of picture, let's say, they don't know how to do that. They've never needed that before. They've never wanted it before. And they're going to try with their AI software to learn it, to learn how to do it. And they'll try. Now, here's the time investment. They're trying to learn. Maybe they try for an hour. Maybe try for an hour and a half. It's important to them. They need this to work. But then at some point, maybe after only an hour, they give up and look to some other software to do what they want done. Even though everybody knows their software, their AI can do it, they don't know how to make their AI do it. And they invested an hour in learning, an hour they're never going to get back. And then they look for another program that will do that. And then they look for another one and another one and another one, because none of them are going to instantly do it. It's all going to take time. If you want to learn how to do that, you must pursue your knowledge base. You must press forward, do the research, ask people, whatever you need to do to learn how to make it work. Now, you're far further ahead to use the software you've already paid for, that other people use. It's well respected. It's always worked well for you. The only thing wrong with it is you don't know how to make it do what you want it to do now. There's something new you want. All that learning, you know a lot about that software. You've been using it for a couple of years. And so you're familiar with the layout and the terms and the commands. However, you don't know how to do what you need done. And you give up all that time you invested in your software. You know it's capable. You've looked it up. It can do it. And lots of people do it. They use it for that purpose. But you don't know how to. But you know lots about that software. You know an awful lot about it. You're very familiar with it. You've invested a lot of time in it. But you're going to give all that investment up because you can't get it to do what you want it to do. And it's going to take more investment to do that. But that investment will pay you back tenfold, 100-fold. When you quit something, please think about the time you have invested in the thing that you quit. Your investment could pay off, and likely will. Probability is it will. It won't always, of course. But if you're a pretty smart guy or girl, or they or them, it will probably, most likely pay off. It always has over time in history. Probably always has for you too. If you knew everything that Word could do, it would be of no value to you unless you taught Word, Microsoft Word. And there are, of course, college courses for that, and night courses to learn it, somewhat. But if you know it well enough to teach it, you probably still don't know everything about it. We are not suggesting you learn everything about Word or CapCut. We're telling you that the hours that you spent learning it, and there were hours, they count. That's an investment. If If you want to learn to do something else, I'm not saying learn to do everything you could do, everything the program's capable of. We're not saying that. We're saying there's something else you want it to do. You want to learn how you can make it do three-dimensional pictures. You know that it can. You've looked it up. It can do it. You don't know how to do it. But you do know an awful lot about that program, way more than a new program. A new program is totally foreign to you, and you'll find that out. Stick with what you know. Don't change programs because you think it'll be easier. Don't cut yourself short. Remember, your time is limited in this world, and you need to invest it wisely. Investing it in finding a store that will have double the selection at half the price that your intellect, your reasoning says is a damn good thing. Investing time in that was a smart move. Quitting before you find it, being 3/4 of the way there and quitting is a bad move. It guarantees you failure. You're never going to find it. Of course you can't find it. You quit. You turned around and went home. But the simple truth is, you quit prematurely. Do you have a pattern of doing that in life? Quitting prematurely. It means you don't believe in yourself. You thought it was a good idea when you left to find the store. Thought it was a damn good idea. But 3/4 of the way there, you thought, I don't know, I'm wasting time. I better get the hell find something else. Because I know I need to find something else. It won't be as good. I'll compromise my life. I'll spend too much money on my clothing. I won't get something I really like or look the best in. I'm compromising my life. This is a cause, the major cause for lots of people of unhappiness, failure in life, not achieving what you should in life, and oftentimes out and out depression and anxiety. It lowers your quality of life. This is Analytical Media. We hope we've taught you something, given you something to think about. We hope you'll help us reach other people by subscribing to this channel, sharing this with a friend, liking the video, because then it'll go out to other people. What other people do we want to give it to? People who quit prematurely. You see what I'm saying? Every one of our videos brings something that will help an individual, and it can't help them if they never see it. So please help us to get this out to more people. We hope your life's gone well. We hope it'll continue to go well. We hope you'll look for our next video. Until then, please take care.